Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial in our playlist STATA for Biostatistics and Epidemiology. In today's lecture, we will learn how to create and customize histograms. And if you recall our previous lecture that I told you for categorical variables we use bar chart, but for the continuous variable we always use histogram. Bar chart is not applicable for the continuous variables. So without further delay, let's change our working directory. As usual, I use data logs. In that directory or in that folder, I have a dataset called medical.dta. Let's import it. You see the data is imported and the data looks like this. If you wonder how this data came from, you may wanna visit lecture 5. In that lecture we created this data set. So let's say I have a question for you that what is the distribution of BMI among the patients. So BMI is continuous variable here, so I would like to know what is the distribution of BMI among our 20 patients. So the very simple one line code is hist BMI. That's it, nothing more, nothing less. Hist BMI, that will show a by default histogram. You can see here it's loading. Let's wait a bit. You can see a histogram here, body mass index, density, but we are not satisfied with it, right? Because we need to show the percentage and we need a level, title, ytitle, xtitle, background color. So we need to customize it, right? So for that we have to write the codes in the do file. So let's open a do file. For this class I have already created the do file, so I will show you that. Before that, let's see how to customize it. Hist BMI, comma, what do we want to see? We want to see percent. Let's say percent. Run it. Will not show the percent. Then how many bins will be there? Let's say we will show 7 bins. Then we can change the color. Alright, the graph color will be the field. It will be filled with color, fcolor. Fcolor means filled with color. Color what? Let's say it's still. Then what is the border of the color? So lcolor, I mean layout color. So lcolor is, let's say, black. That will be the border. And add labels. This particular code, add labels, it will show you the percentage. Let's run it. You see the color filled with teal and the border is black. L color is black and the F color is teal. And we said add labels, that's why it's on the percentage. These are the percentage. So let's open the do file that I created for this class. Open do file class 21 histogram. Alright, let's stay with our first example. Alright, so first example here is what is the distribution of BMI. We have already wrote this particular line. Now for title I wrote distribution of BMI followed by a comma, the title color, the margin is large, that means the title area that will be large. Then ytitle, the title will be shown in the left side, that says 8%. That's color I said navy. Xtitle, it's the color of the x-axis, it will show BMI. We put a note, optional note here, distribution of BMI among patients. And finally we select a background color white, and also the plot region we make it large. Let's run this code. You see a perfect histogram here. You see the title, ytitle, xtitle, BMI, the note here, and you see all of that. This particular graph you can import into the manuscript. So this is the example number 1. Now I described all the lines here perfectly because without learning those, without understanding these particular lines, you cannot understand the rest. So once again I am saying here that histogram BMI, this is our graph, this will do enough, but we need to customize it. So what are we asking? We want to see the percent. Then we can select the bin. Let's say you can change the bin, you can make it 10 bins. Let's see what happens. You see there you have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 bins. So let's put it back to 7. Then fcolor means the region of the color that will be filled with. So it's set to teal. The lcolor, the layout color, black. Add levels, that will show the percentage. These two things. Add levels means it will show here what we have written. Then title, you already know the title color, navy, large. The margin means the, alright, what is margin? Let me show you. This particular area, this whole area is called the margin. We set it large because if you do not set it large, it will, this graph and this line stay a bit closer, so I make it large. And then ytitle, xtitle, note, you already know that. For bar diagram it was plot region, but graph region, but here you say it is bgcolor, background color, which is white. Plot region means the region of the plot. So I guess you understand this first example, and rest of the examples are very easy. Let's see the example 2. How can we display frequencies instead of percentage? Alright, so this particular code, if we just change here percentage, instead of percentage we just wrote here frequency. If we see this together, you will understand what changes. Here you have percent, here frequency. Rest of them are pretty same, right? You can see I just title I edited the title, ytitle, and most of them are same. Thus the change here is percent and frequency. Instead of percent I wrote frequency. Let's run it. You can see the frequency. Alright, very minimalistic histogram. Now let's move on to example 3, histogram with normal curve. So how can we visually assess whether BMI follows a normal distribution? So our curve is here. You see the curve. The curve looks like this, but we wanna see if it follows normal distribution, right? So we need to put a normal distribution curve here. The curve will be like this. So what's the code? I just copied this here, pasted it, and the curve look like. What I changed here is histogram BMI frequency. After that I just wrote normal. You can see the codes are pretty same. You can see histogram BMI, frequency, bin 7, here bin 7, middle of in here I just wrote normal. Rest of them are pretty same. Then see what happens. You can see a normal curve is drawn here. Now you may want to change the color of this shape, right? Here both colors are nearly same, so let's make the normal curve red. How to do that? We need to customize it. Here I just wrote the same thing, histogram, BMI, frequency, normal. After the frequency normal, just I wrote norm OPTS. This is a code command to customize the normal curve. I wrote the lcolor is red. The rest of the codes are pretty same. Let's run it. You see the normal curve has become red. Alright, let's move on to the next example, that histograms by groups, like categorical groups. So my question is, how does systolic blood pressure distribution differ by anxiety status? So you know our anxiety status are categorical, right? It has the categories are yes and no, you have anxiety or not. So we wanna see among the people who have anxiety, what's their systolic blood pressure distribution. We also wanna see among the people or patients who do not have the anxiety, how is their systolic blood pressure distribution. So the code is not so hard, just we set histogram, then which variable we want? SBP. We want the histogram of SBP, the variable which is continuous. You do not write anxiety here, you want histogram of a continuous variable, not categorical. So write histogram, then our continuous variable followed by a comma, and we want what? We want their percentage distribution. So after the comma we wrote percent, then we wrote by anxiety, then followed by a comma we wrote a title SBP distribution by anxiety status. Now you may want to question that why title is here inside the anxiety. Alright, you see here title is outside, but if we write the title outside, there will be separate two titles, that this same title will be shown for the people with anxiety one time, people without anxiety one time, two times this same title will be shown, and the curve look like a mess. So if you wanna see the title only once, then that is why I want to put the title inside the anxiety. So we want to see SBP by anxiety followed by a comma, the entire title will be SBP distribution by anxiety status, and then we can select from which value we will start SBP and how many what are the weights of it. So we selected 120 from 120, and weight means the class difference. The class difference will be 7. It will be our weight. And then we selected our field with color teal, lcolor black. Let's change it to orange. Then ytitle, xtitle, bgcolor, plotregion. You will understand this. Just the complex part was this. So I hope you understand the whole thing. Let's run it. You can see our orange curve here, systolic blood pressure. Those who do not have anxiety, and those who have anxiety. You can see we have only one title, SBP distribution by anxiety status. But if you put the title outside the anxiety, you will see SBP distribution by anxiety status here and here. So you will see 2 times and the text will be together. It will be seen as a mess. You can try it at home. And so yeah, this curve looks fine and you can report it to anywhere. You can use it professionally. I hope you understand this code. Example 5 is make any histogram horizontal. So if you watched our previous class about bar diagram, I told you that if you want to make a bar diagram horizontal instead of vertical, you just put H bar instead of just bar, right? I taught you that. So for histogram, if you make an histogram horizontal instead of vertical, just you have to write horizontal. For example, histogram BMI %, after the percent you just write horizontal, nothing more, nothing less, just write horizontal. Let's run it. You can see the horizontal histogram. You can do it here also, you can do it here also. Let's see where is our anxiety. Let's make it horizontal, % horizontal. Let's run it. You see the histogram is now horizontal. So today we learned percentage histogram, frequency histogram, then histogram with normal curve, customizing the normal curve, and then grouped histogram. Then we learned how to set weight and starting point of histogram. Also finally we learned how to make a histogram horizontally shown, and also we learned throughout the entire class how to customize a histogram. So this is the end of this class. Thank you for watching. Enjoy STATA.